I usually tell people, your audience is not stupid.
Yep.
They see these things. They can tell when you're selling something that you truly believe in and when you're selling something that you don't believe in. Sijai nashaongea hivi sana kwa maisha yangu.
Yani, umepatia value. Hey, there is so much to take. Behind the scenes right now, we're just talking about all the lessons. This second part of CT has been a masterclass. A masterclass on managing friendships, doing business with friends, doing business with family. It's been a masterclass on corporate culture. It's been a masterclass on brand growth. Like there's so much value from, forget even now from the corporate side, parenting. It's been conversations with children at different stages. It's been a masterclass on finance. Some now people are hearing the word money market for the first time and wondering what idle money means by putting in the bank account. I mean, there's so much that you have taught us, Judy, just with your life in this last conversation. So first and foremost, thank you. It's also been a lesson on burnout.
Yes.
There's the negatives.
Oh my God. Yes.
You get, overworking. You know, I don't know what it is about us, especially Africans, and maybe it's the hardship in Africa, but we don't take leave. Some say the year is ending and a guy is proud and I have my 21 days leave.
Yes.
I didn't take leave. That's nothing to be proud about. You get?
That's true.
So thank you for the life lessons in this.
Oh, thank you.
2022.
Yes.
Let's talk. So what happens in your break?
So in my break, literally the only thing I'm doing is any campaigns that come our way with Mumbus. The rest of the time, I'm just being a good wife in the house and a good mother.
It's the first time you've just chilled.
Yes. I am literally just sleeping. If I have no work, I just sleep.
How was that for you?
It was the best thing that I ever did.
What?
It was the best thing, Richie, that I ever did.
Wow.
And Richie, if you notice, like God has just a unique way of doing things. You realize that I'm going on a break for 6 months, but niko na mshahara. I mean, the campaigns, there's money coming in. So I'm resting.
But you've been paid.
But there's still money that's coming in. Yes. So as much as the salo yenye nilikuwa nimezoea imeisha.
You're doing a job for 2 days.
Exactly. Yeah, I go shoot for 1 day and I deliver nini zote as a client and then I wait for the money to come in.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I was on a break. It is the best thing that I have ever done for myself.
Nice.
And
I like
getting
that
to that
for
point,
myself.
Yes, getting to that point and acknowledging the fact that I needed to take a break. That I was exhausted. I needed to just take it slow for a while.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Were you scared about the financial or you were just like, nah, it's a break. I don't even have the...
Let me tell you, at that point I was like, you know what? I don't care. I was like, I can't. Like, nilikuwa nimefika. Do you know how you get to the very end that you can, like there's nothing, I had nothing left to offer. I felt like I had nothing to offer. And if there was anything I was going to offer from this point going forward, it was just not going to be good things. Like if I still insist on talking to these clients and kuna mahali tu nitakosea watu. Because I'm not going to do this job.
Okay.
Like to the best of my ability.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what makes you know it's time to come back?
How did it happen? So this was around June. And Noni was doing very well. Like she had things covered.
She was managing Mkuru, Abel?
And myself.
And yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
But most of the gigs that were coming were actually for me, not so much for Abel.
Okay.
For Abel zingekuja zingine si mingi, so a lot of work was actually for me. So after, how did it happen that I came back? Oh, Noni fell sick. she fell sick, so I had to step up. Because then kuna sasa kazi zangu na kuna kazi za Abel. She was still able to handle my projects, to continue managing me, but not so much Abel. So I took over. And actually that's how I came back. Yes, that's how I came back. And I came back with so like renewed strength. Like I was ready. Let's do this thing.
Bring it on.
Yes.
Bring it on.
And let me tell you, it's crazy how things work. Immediately I came back. Nini za Abel zilifunguka tu. Like it was a campaign after another campaign after another campaign. Mpaka alikuwa anaanza. Kwani walikuwa wanangoja urudi? Walikuwa wamejua hauko. Yes. But also I could tell like how relieved he was that I was
back.
That I was back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like good.
And it's not even about Noni not delivering. It's about his.
Noni was doing very well.
His wife.
Yeah,
is in the
I
mix.
think he
his
felt
helper.
like, yes, I got my person now.
Yes.
She's here. Like, yeah.
Nice.
And now that was also the start of us now hanging out together, together.
You know,
because this thing I used to do with Tim and Sele, where we were always together because of work, now that has become, because that is now where we, that has become now Abel and I. And let me tell you something interesting, Richie. When I was praying to God and telling him that I need you to give whatever path I'm about to take in this next phase, I need to be available for my daughter. What I did not mention was that in that same prayer, I also needed to be available for my husband. Because remember, when I was going away, I was unavailable for both. I was never home for both of them. So
Judy.
when I was making that prayer, nilikuwa naambia Mungu, I need to be home. So I need to be available for my family. I need to be home. Ndio wanione wote. Wacha nikwambie Mungu amesema sasa. Ndio hiyo. Because we work together. Guy, Richie.
Do you know this is the first time
you're seeing me without him?
I am seeing you without Abel.
Yeah. I can't believe that.
Like,
I can,
it's even I'm just like, this is the first time I'm seeing you.
Let me tell you the funny thing. Today in the morning, because I left the house at around 6:20. Like, sikuwa naamini natoka bila yeye. Kwa naambia, babe, Richie amesema tuende breakfast. Kwa naambia, babe, leo endeni ule breakfast peke. Lakini hunipeleki for real. And babe, I have some, but he had a lot of work to do today. So, kaniambia hapana leo, ambia Richie tu leo sikuji.
Uko sawa.
Yes, let me tell you, it has gotten to a point, Richie, if I'm not with him, na feeling guy, kuna kitu ina miss. Na sasa hiyo niko shughuli zangu, I have work to do.
Yes.
But I like it's come to a point where na feeling kuna kitu ina miss if I'm not with him.
That is so cool.
Like he has become like I don't even know how to put it.
Yeah,
because now we do everything together.
You're his manager.
I am his manager, yeah. So we do everything together.
Okay, where does this story go on then to?
So now we're in 22, I'm back. And of course now his Nini takes over and kuna kazi after kazi after kazi.
And this brand was huge.
It was a huge brand.
I mean, you had definitely seen Njugush's brand being big. Ukisikia Timo ni Njugush. You had seen Njugush's brand, the magnitude of it.
Yes.
But now seeing it with your husband.
It was crazy.
And let's be real also. You also have this cultic following.
Yes.
So I think you guys are unique in the element of the cultic following you have.
Yeah.
So, So now you're his manager.
Now I'm his manager, fully. And actually, immediately I come back. That is in June. Tunafanya, I can't remember the camp, but we had some campaigns to do there. And then come September, because Richie, we meet in September.
Mm.
Right? We meet in September.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, now I'm back. Oh, clients, Nini, I'm the one now receiving calls, clients, whatnot. So, on one random day, I follow just Ivy, right? On Instagram. And I had seen a couple of videos she had done about this particular client. And for some reason, I had some interest. Also, okay, not for some reason. The reason was we were in that space.
Mm.
We were in that space of mind where we were like, okay, now I think it's time we looked for some piece of land. Of course, nikisema hivi, you know where I'm going. Where we could potentially settle down. Unajua mahali tunaweza jenga, mahali kuzuri tunaweza ishi. Because miaka inaenda. So I had seen a couple of videos, some content from Just Ivy, Then one of the days I stumbled on a live. Hii live akona nyuki. And there's this gentleman anaongea na yeye kwa hii live. So that was the first time nasikia juu ya project. Yo, Acacia Cove nini. Anyway, so I'm like, you know what? Nanyuki has always been one of the places it's actually on top of our list of places where we would want to settle down. So I was like, naonangelilia half an acre at this price. I was like, So nikaambia Abel. By the so of course nimeona live, nimeona ni Grand Acres nini, nimeenda kwa page. Nikapata how they do like the flyers. And then like post but nika flyer that particular project. So I saw that, I remember sharing it with Abel. They come to me and kawambia, hey babe, ebu angalia hii project. I think it would be nice, twende tu tuone. See people book for site visits. Like, let's just go see. And then tutaona, we will decide from there. And I get the number of Instagram and I call. And I talk to a very nice lady by the name Aika. And I tell her, of course, I'm interested in this project and how do I go about booking for a site visit. So she tells me to give her my email, and we talk, and she tells me now she's going to send an email with all the information that I need. Then I can go ahead and book for the site visit. So, nakuja kuambia Abel, by the way, babe, mimi hii site visit nitabook na tunaenda. Nimepewa dates hapa, we are going to go for this site visit. So what we both don't know at that particular time is that there is another conversation that's happening somewhere else. And then you happen to call him, right? And you mention Grand Acres na kile mnafanya pamoja. If I'm getting this story
I called
correct.
him.
Yes.
Because so at that time I was head of Solo called me. If you look at my LinkedIn, kuna kitu inaitwa Digital Prophet. Yes. I was the head of digital at Goshen Acquisitions at the time. But what had happened is you had met Coco.
Yes. Oh, that's where the story starts. Yes. I had met Coco at Kena's event when he was launching Talk TV, Tales of Crazy Kena TV. Yes. So because he had invited Abel and I, so we went, and that's where we met Coco. But that was not the first time I was meeting Coco. I knew Coco from her agency days at Ogilvy because we had worked on a few projects with her.
But you didn't know she had come to Grand Acres?
I didn't know she was at Grand Acres, but I knew she had moved. Actually, I found out that day. I knew she had moved from Ogilvy, but I didn't know alikuwa ameenda wapi. Actually, I thought it was just another agency. So I don't even understand how that conversation
So what happened? Coco comes. Coco told, I think even you were with Njugush.
Yes.
She told you guys, because Coco at Grand Acres was head of influencers.
Yes.
Her job is to manage influencers at that place. So when she saw you and Abel and Njugush, she was like, I'd like to work with these guys.
Yes.
But you also said you had contacted the company.
Yes, because I saw when she mentioned Grand Acres, I was like, I've already actually called a lady called Aika, and we are actually in the process of booking for a site visit. So
now this is what happens. Let me tell you from behind the scenes. So Coco comes, tells me this thing, and she tells me, don't tell Solo, because let them come, and because they already called and said they want to do a site visit. Goshen likes working with authentic people.
Yes.
So people who automatically are interested in this thing. So the fact that you guys had already booked for a site visit, Coco tells me, don't tell Solo, because Solo gets excited.
Yes, yes.
So on the way back, I tell Solo. Now Solo and Solo is like, call them now. And it was because we had picked up a diaspora client.
Yes, we met them actually. We went for dinner with them, Judy. Like when they were around. They were around sometime, like two months ago.
Yes.
Is it 2 months? Yeah, like about 2 months ago. So Solo invited us for dinner. We went to Mureithi and we had a grand time. Yes.
So Solo is like, Yani, we've just taken this couple on and they were buying the same place, and they were so excited. And they were just saying how they only watch Mukuru. And me, Solo doesn't know this story of thingy. So Solo is telling me, call him because you interviewed him on CTA.
Yes.
But me, in the mix, I tell Solo this other story. Kusha.
Yeah, and the reason why I want
this story is going somewhere.
Yes.
There's a reason why we are saying this story.
Yes, actually, I was about to say, and the reason why we are talking about this is because there's a story that's coming. So, of course, there are many clients that we work with, but then we happen to now. So when now I'm telling Abel, I've actually booked the site visit. It is on this date. Like, I even have a date now. When I'm telling him this story, he's like, umesema grande kaze. Na Richie si amenipigia juu ya the same story. But sasa I'm like, same story what? Ni kama, juu ya site visit. And I'm like, no. Richie is calling me for something totally different. Richie says they would like for us to have a meeting to discuss a possible partnership. So I'm like, Allah. Allah, like, ayah, like, yeah, is it okay? It was a very interesting conversation. Get on up or tukiongea. Because I thought he was talking to me about the site visit.
But kumbe.
Yeah, ananiambia juu ya vitu very different.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he tells me, no, they would like us to meet to see if we can work together. So I'm like, influencing. And Richie, before this, I must say that we had refused to endorse any real estate company. We had refused to influence for any real estate company because of all the stories we would hear huku nje, and stories we had seen with fellow content creators who would walienda wakauzia watu mashamba, then mashamba zilikuwa fraud. So because of that, they are in our list of things we do not touch. Real estate was one of them, and especially selling land was one of those. Kuna betting na kuna wana alcohol. Those are the three things. Now you only have two things. There were the three things that tulikuwa tumesema, hey, hapa ni tricky hapa.
So have betting companies come to you?
Oh my God. So many of them. So many.
Judy, we are going to come to this element, but I want to ask, why don't you do betting? And I can imagine the amount of money they're asking you.
And they offer, they're like, money is not a problem. They say money is not a problem. We will pay you whatever amount of money you need. So, Abel, myself, and Mumbos, we are a family brand. And being a family brand, we believe in selling things to people, or whatever product we endorse has to be a product that we consume. So if I am selling a product I cannot consume, then
you lead first.
Yes, by example. Otherwise, sasa nikikuja nianze kukuzia pombe na sikunywangi pombe, even that content would be authentic. Like I usually tell people, your audience is not stupid.
Yep.
They see these things. They can tell when you're selling something that you truly believe in and when you're selling something that you don't believe in. So as a family brand, our number one role is usually, if it's not a product I can consume, like my family can consume, then I'm not going to advertise it. Because that is me living a lie. And we are not about being liars. kuna do, Richie, but
But
imagine,
kuna
I
do.
think that is where now character comes in. Yeah, because wamekuja. Betting companies, they've come.
So you see why I asked now this question? Because land was in your list.
Land was on our list. But the reason for land is not because it was not a product we were consuming. You will see, nisha book at a site visit huko.
Yes.
It's just because of the many cases tulikuwa tumesikia huko.
In fact, you had bought your own land.
Exactly, na kukakuwa zingine, kwanza Abel zingine zikakuwa ni fraud, hata aliachilianga hata juu kuliendangaje. Like we had also had our own experiences with land buying. Na unaona how tricky of a situation it can be. So the reason why land was on our list was not because it was not a product we believed in. Sisi tulikuwa, actually we had even bought land before, like, but it was just because of that one point that people, there are so many real estate companies out here selling land, but zote after some time unakam tu unapata kuna ma story. Like there's just stories. So like we can't
endorse what you don't trust.
Exactly.
Okay.
But the assignment that Coco gave us on that day, and that's the reason, actually I didn't say that, that's the reason also why I booked for that site visit. So the assignment Coco gave us on the day was like, our MD Solomon Wangwe, please go to CTA and watch his story. He's done a story with Richie of CTA. Just go and watch it. And of course we knew about CTA. Abel was a big fan of CTA.
Yeah, Abel Bayatem was on CTA.
Exactly, yes. So, by the way, and me, if you give me homework, I'll do it. I went and did the homework. When I was like, let me go and listen to his story. Do you know how I used to watch solo story? I used to go for a walk or a run every morning. And that is the one thing that is what I would listen to on my walk or on my run. So I didn't watch. I listened. Like nilikuwa tu neka YouTube alafu mimi naenda nini zangu, and I watched I listened to each and every episode ya Solo. And after that I was like, yeah. So after hiyo ndio nikaona the live with Just AV and Solo at Acacia Cove. And immediately after that I was like, yeah. We don't have the money now. It's not like I have 3 million sitting in the bank, no. But I'm going to go for this site visit. So you see how God works in very mysterious ways. So by the time you're calling Abel on this other side, na mimi huku naongea na Aika, it was just an interesting conversation. Anyway, so we come and we plan for the meeting, and we come to the office and we meet for the first time. Actually, now I was meeting you for the first time there because we had not even spoken. I had not even spoken to you before that. Yeah, mlikuwa tu mnaongea na Abel. So I meet you for the first time at Grandica's, the office. And man, as in sometimes I remember that I'm like, Mungu akiniwa miujiza. And if I was to go back kidogo, other than the betting companies, kama kuna simu zingine tuko tumepigiwa ni za land companies. From the biggest of the real estate companies we have in this country to ile chini wote walikuwa napiga, and we had turned them down, all of them. Wote hata tukua, by the way, story ya real estate hata tukua tunaongea na wewe more than 10 minutes. Aki tunakuambia tu politely, that is one of those products we do not endorse. Yes, until that day we sat. Because I won't lie to you, even when we were coming for the meeting, we knew we were going to buy, but we were not ready to advertise, to endorse ati land, sasa tunauza mashamba. We were not. After watching Solo's CTA, of course you feel, and you can feel there's a connection. Like you can actually feel like this guy is actually, like he's a truthful person.
He's the real deal.
He's actually the real deal. Like whatever, you could tell he has passion for what he does, like real passion for land selling and all these things. But also you could feel his heart, like he's a genuine person. Like hizi vitu anafanya hafanyi tu hivi.
Let me tell you what's so funny.
Yeah.
That's what people are feeling with you now. You see, you're saying it.
Yeah.
You see that thing that we're saying?
Yeah.
Like that is what I think people have felt with you. What we're saying, there's a communication that you can communicate without using words that speak about your integrity, your character, your values, without you saying, I am truthful person. Exactly. Somebody can just say, hey, say, yeah. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So we come in, we meet, and that was in September, right? Because we started working together in October. And we have that first conversation, and Richie, we went back home with Abel. And after that first meeting, we knew for sure that we were going to work together. And this is coming from people who had refused for many years kuguza maneno ya shamba. But do you know what sold us? Was the energy in that room.
The vibes were good.
As in, the vibes were just... Yani, the vibes were something else. Like, we went home feeling like, wow. Unajua, unafeel ni kama ni mabeshte zako wenye umejua for so many years, mmekuwa tu mmeketi mmechapa story.
And you're not talking about me, you're just talking about
the
other people who are in the
office.
room.
Yes, it's not just that he solo or Richie, or it was the entire office. Like, we left there feeling, oh my God. By then, nakumkambela akiniambia, I have never felt that. I have done so many campaigns. I have sat in many offices. But I have never felt what I felt on that day. Like, nenda home akiniambia, sijai feel kitu na feel. Sijai feel vibes and good energy like that. Like, do you know, whatever we felt Richie was so real, tulienda home tukisema, like, no matter what happens, even if hamwezi fika bei, tutafanya kazi. We were like, hata kama hawatafika bei, tutafanya kazi. Because that feeling is very rare. It is very rare that you sit with the CEO of a company na una feel iyo kitu. And I cannot explain what it was. Siwezi explain niseme, it is because of something in particular that any of the team members seated on that table did. I would be lying if I say that it was something. It was just the energy. The energy was just right. The energy was just right. And that is how I met Richie for the first time.
I can't believe that. Do you know, that's so crazy, because I thought I knew
you. That is
you.
in 2022, October.
Yeah, but you know, it's because...
When you took 2023?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
You know,
actually, I'm seated
like
on
I
this
know you
seat.
for so long.
Exactly. Almost exactly 1 year later since we met.
Oh my God, that's not a coincidence.
Because we met in end of September. And we started working together in October. And I'm here in October.
That's powerful.
Yes. Almost exactly 1 year after. It feels like we've known each other for so long. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time we met. And we started working together.
Wow.
Yeah. And Grand Acres came into the picture. And the reason why, najua mnashanga kwa nini tunaongea juu ya Grand Acres, because we've worked with many clients and fantastic clients. Like me, every day I tell God, thank you for all the work He has brought our way. But then there are clients who come your way and just completely change your life. They completely change your life. Let me tell you, you can't convince me today that our partnership with Grand Acres was not ordained in heaven. Mi nasemanga hivyo Richie, nasemanga aki, like our paths crossing the way they did, hiyo ilikuwa tu God alikuwa anafanya vitu zake. Because it is not every day you meet a client who sees the value that you're giving them, but wants to give the same value back to you. Actually, sometimes even twice or 3 times. That is what we've experienced with Grand Acres. Because the reason the juice party was what it was 2 weeks ago.
First of all, you did the juice party before.
Yes, in December. And that was, hey, tulimaliza juice party. Okay, so, acha niwarudishe nyuma. We've started working with Grand Acres, but content creators, we are influencing for the product, the different projects they have. And then we are also now in the middle of planning, like starting to plan for the Krugenzi live recording in December. Because we had been doing our live recordings before Grand Acres, right? And for some reason, because honestly, you see, we had never had a sponsor before. Before Grandicas, like we had never ever had a sponsor for Mkurugenzi live recording. We used to just do them from our own pockets. Like mimi na Abel tu tunajiamini, tunasema wacha tufanye, but the ticket sales would cover the everything
expenses.
But then we would go home with like 10K, like all the juice parties we had done before the December one.
So basically,
and by that
even
time tulikuwa tumefanya 7 live recordings. And I remember the one that we made a bit of money was like maybe 30K. So we were breaking, like, is that breaking even?
Yeah, that's
like,
more or less.
Yes.
The costs are handled.
Yes.
30K is not.
So we are not going into our pocket to finance this project, but then you're not also going back home with
baller money.
No. But I think the most we had made before that was like 30,000. You see, these are things that people don't know.
But people will just see sold out wanasema
exactly.
arrive.
Iya watu wako na do, kumbe wajui. Like you will have a good event, our crew is sort, like everybody is paid, but sisi wenye event tunarudi home bila like barely tunafuel tu gari tunarudi home, alafu hiyo story inaishia hapo. So in our monthly meetings, because we used to have a meeting every once a month, remember?
Yes.
To do catch up, to see what worked this month, what didn't work, what can we do better next month, all those things.
Let me say this first and foremost, because at this time, so I left, just for the record, I left Grand Acres on 31st December of that year. And my former business partner and very good friend, George Kagwe, took over. MPESA lady. And George is incredible on digital.
Oh, he's brilliant. Oh my God.
Incredible. In fact, my biggest fear was not leaving a hole in Goshen. And I feel unmissed in Goshen because the way Georgie came and took over.
Georgie came and replaced you, a good one.
So Yani was not even missed. Everything just holy talk, Ako?
Yeah.
But I want to say this. That's when I began to understand the power of Abel Mtua's brand beyond who you think is just Wakurugenzi. So people think Abel Mtua's brand is for the youth.
Yeah.
So for only guys between ages this and this.
Yeah.
Some of those parcels of land cost that 5-point-something million.
Yeah.
Abel sold those. So the ROI on the kind of people who are watching him, and these are people from the diaspora, these are people from local.
Yeah.
So you have to understand from a Grand Acres Goshen acquisitions perspective, the partnership was returning value in terms of people purchasing the land.
Yeah.
You get through the diaspora series.
Yes.
And beyond that, it was introducing Goshen acquisitions to another whole market.
Yeah.
This is before the madness you have done in 2023.
Yeah.
Because now that one even I'm just like wow. Georgie and you guys have, and the rest of the team have done incredible things. So I'm just saying that so that you can understand the power of this Mkurugenzi brand that you have.
Yeah. So so in one of our conversations we mentioned the live recordings coming up, and Solo is like, we want to be a part of it and we want to come on board as title sponsors. It was the first time that I got tunasikia. Of course we knew about title sponsors because we've done TNT and all those things, but it was the first time tunasikia hapa in the Mkurugenzi world. We were like,
So your 7 events, you didn't have a sponsor?
None.
But had you approached people?
Yes, but hakuna mtu alikuwa anaona the vision.
So when people are seeing sold out,
it's just us who just pushed. Like it's just
you're selling out, but you're not making profit.
Yeah, we're selling out, but you're not making any money.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're like, oh, okay. And he says, okay, come present a budget. Like, how much do you want? Like title sponsorship, the package. How much is it? And they come, we ask for money. And I remember Solo tuliuliza akatuiza, hiyo tu inatosha. And we were so shocked.
Yeah.
Now we were like, what? Does he understand that the amount of money we are asking for is actually enough money to cater for all the logistics? Does he understand?
I know Solo didn't mind me saying that. You're asking for $1 million.
Yeah, we asked for $1 million. Because you see, it was at Nairobi Cinema. The logistics were not as much. Because it is a facility that is built for production.
Yes.
So you're not doing too much. Like, so it's already been treated for sound, nini, kuna lights, nini. So whatever you're adding is just, as in whatever you're doing is just adding a few things here and there. Yes. So logistics, honestly, si ati ni mob, si ati, yani it's crazy. But also for the first time we decided, you know what, now that you have a title sponsor, who's going to give us money? We want to do a stage.
To improve,
so,
to grow.
Yes, lazima to the next level.
Mwezi
Kwa na title sponsor, alafu bado ka stage nikale tu kakiti na nini. Like we needed to do something.
Powerful.
Yes, so you are like, because the client also needs to feel value for the money they've given us. Otherwise, what's the point? How are they, will they come back next year? Wakiona tulifanya ni kama watu walienda tu waka pocket do but he function nothing. Like ilikuwa tu. So tulikuwa na hiyo pressure ya kufanya the sponsor feel like feel value for their money. Wakiingia wa feel okay, now we can see where the money went.
That even the audience would have a better experience.
Exactly, yes. Because
you
you have a title sponsor. What do you mean? So what do? We go and talk to Stage Pass. So this is the first time. This is the first time in a schedule Stage Pass. I won't lie to you.
So before that, you had not been.
Me, I didn't know about Stage Pass. Abel ndiye anajua juu ya Stage Pass.
The other gigs you had not used Stage Pass?
No. Solo and Grandacres and Stage Pass. That was the first time.
You know, Judy, people for 7 gigs. You've just been using the sound which is in the venue.
Yes, like we would only add a few things here and there. Like, well, the logistics, as in we would keep the logistics at, minimal. Because, we are relying only on the ticket money. Na your ticket money by the time inaingia yote, between logistics na kulipa crew, imeisha. Wow. Like, imeisha yote.
Okay.
So, this was the first time tunatumia Stage Pass. So, Abel anakuja ananiambia, kuna chali fulani anaitwa Aizo. Aizo runs a company called Stage Pass. So me, I'm like, Stage, wewe ni akina nani? So ananipeleka tu Instagram yao. And let me tell you, unaingianga tu Instagram ya Stage Pass. You don't even need anybody to explain to you what they do. I mean, you can see the kind of work they do. Let me tell you, my first question to Abel was,
Ningapi?
How hatuwezi wa afford? Actually, that's what I told him. I told him, babe, I don't think we can afford these people. And we can't get $1 million in sponsorship from Grandacres. Tunde tumwage yote kwa stage. Come on. Because you see now, me, I'm the business person. So, for the first time, we need to go back home with a bit. Like, at least make 100K. You know? Don't sink all the money in your sponsorship kwa kutengeneza stage. So, but then I call Aizo and we plan a meeting and we go to Stage Pass. And when I tell you that God works in mysterious ways, and Mungu by the time unafika hapa, unaonanga hapo, hujui alianza kupanga hii kitu from way back when. Do you know when Abel is walking into Aizo's office? No, because we were no, Abel went for a meeting kwanza kivyake, because walikuwa wanajuana, and then sasa mimi nikakuja. Abel tells me anaingia na Aizo ni nini anawatch mkurugenzi. So even by the time Abel anakola Aizo, hakola Aizo ati juu wanajuana mani mabadis ama as in like
You just heard of him?
Yes, na ameona kazi yake nini na alikuwa amemmeet at some point in Mosound during the Safaricom days because Mosound.
But that's way back.
Exactly, it's way back, like way back.
Aizo was not, didn't even have the company Stage Pass.
Exactly, yeah, Stage Pass didn't exist back then. So imagine ati Abel kuketi hii ni yeye alikuwa ananiambia, wanaanza conversation na Aizo anamwambia, you know, I've been waiting for you. Nilikuwa najiuliza utakuja hapa siku gani? So Abel anamuuliza, what do you mean? Aizo anaturn to laptop yake. Like Aizo has watched every mkurugenzi story. Alikuwa anamfanyia hivi kwa laptop. Like everything is red. So it turns out that Aizo is a proper mkurugenzi.
He's one of his.
Yani ni mkurugenzi damu. So anamwambia nilikuwa nangoja wewe utakuja kunitafuta siku gani? Nilikuwa nashindwa kwa nini hunitafuti? Let me tell you. Aizo built a stage. You remember the stage?
Here photos.
For a quarter of the budget. Like, because we knew the cost of the stage.
Yes.
But he slashed. Ushi alikam to a slash. Akasema, this stage of yours is gonna cost me this. But staki mnilipe hizi. Mi nimesema mi ni mkurugenzi. Just, actually, he was...
Cost.
No, actually
Materials.
he was willing to do it for free. It's Abel who insisted that you can't do it. We need to cover at least labor and cost of materials. Aizo was willing to do it for free. Because unajua alikuwa anaambia Abel nini? Whatever you have, uko na ngapi? Uko na 30k, uko na 50k. How much do you have? Wewe leta tu. Aizo was willing to do that stage for free. Like for free. Because alikuwa amesema yeye ni mkurugenzi and he believes in what Abel does and he just wants to support. But of course now we had our title sponsor. So tunaweza flex pia sisi kidogo. Tumpatie kitu ya kucover cost na nini. But even whatever we gave him was like a quarter of what the budget was for setting up that stage. So anyway. Yeah, so anyway. Hii story na feel ni kama imeenda sana Richie. I feel the reason for having this conversation for me, is just to show people that like hard work eventually, because the juice party being the juice party that was 2 weeks ago was because of many years of Abel putting in work. Ndio inafika mahali sasa Mungu anasema now it's your time to do what? To start flying. Sasa unaanza kufly. Sasa unaenda. And having partners like Grandicas who come on board and understand your vision. And sometimes I feel like they don't necessarily understand it like fully, but ndani yao wako na hiyo conviction ya just to help you get to this destination. Unataka kwenda wapi? As we are coming on board to just help you get to this destination, help you move closer to this destination that you want to go to. And that includes because we've worked with some fantastic clients, man. We could not be who we are today if it was not for our fans. Number one, our fans, you're top of that list. And then for God, because of God, then our fans, then every client, every company that has believed in what we do, man. Ndio maana nimeketi kwa kiti ya CTA. Sidhani kungekuwa hakuna hiyo combination ya watu watatu. I doubt ningekuwa nimeketi kwa kiti ya CTA.
Okay. Interview, I want us to come back and do a pattern shot. Yes. You get? When we come back, I want us to do a quick pattern shot. Alafu, we sadly end.
The story has to end. Unless we need it up after 5 years.
10. We 10.